Good afternoon, everybody. This is Teresa, back with another origami lesson. Today we're going to be doing the ninja, this little guy here. And it's a two-piece, so you will need two pieces of paper to follow along. You can make it any color, you can make it mix and match, you can use double-sided so you have a color on the inside, you can do same paper, or like I did with this one, with just slightly different. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And then just so you guys know, next week on Monday I will be doing another video. This one is the elephant. It's cute, quick and easy, fun, but it is also two pieces of paper, so you'll need two pieces of paper for that one. And then on Wednesday I will be doing the little Mexican rose here. And on Friday, I will be doing a fun little star. It's an 8-point star, so this one's fun. And you only need one piece of paper, so that one is just the one page. Alright. So, let's get started. So I'm going to do double-sided page, obviously, just because I use double-sided pages for all my videos, just because it's easier to see the creases and stuff like that. I'm going to do top with this fun little pattern, and then I'm going to do the squares as the bottom. So I'm going to set aside my bottom piece just for now, and we will start with the top. And the top and the bottom are basically identical, so once you do the first one, the second one's going to be pretty much the same. We just do one or two small changes to it. So after you've done this, you should be really good at it. So because I want the yellow on the outside, I'm going to put it down and the color side up, or the white side up if you're doing it. We're going to fold it in half into a triangle. And remember always to make your crease so your corners match up. And again, always nice and tight. And we're going to unfold it, so you should have a nice crease there. And we're going to fold, again, in a triangle, but the opposite corner. So your corner matches up. And then when you unfold it, you should have a line this way and a line this way running into the middle on the diagonal. So once you've done that, we're going to unfold it, lay it flat down again. And we're going to take the corner and we're going to run it from the corner into the center line that we just made. Just like that. And we're going to do that to all four. And again, always making sure you press your creases really nice and tight. The tighter the crease, the more it'll stay stable when you do your folds. And then your fourth one here. So as soon as you've got that, you should have a little square with 4 flaps. We're going to take it and we're going to flip it over. And we're going to do the exact same thing. So it's a little hard to see on here, but right now the lines should be going in the middle here, not diagonally. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the diagonal corner and we're going to match it up to the center line in here. So I'm going to do that first one just because it'll be easier to do on the table. So you can kind of see there's a line here, so I've met the middle, and then we're going to do that to all 4 sides. Just like that. So once you've done this, so you've done it one time, now you've done it twice, and what we're going to do is we're going to flip this side over again, and we're actually going to do a third time, exactly the same. So now you've got 4 little miniature squares here. We're going to take this corner and we're going to meet up the middle. So again, into the center, and all the way around. Just like that. So now you should have done that 3 times. It should be really small. We're going to take this and we're going to flip it upside down, and we're going to take this piece, and you can see it's already kind of wanting to open. What we're going to do is open it up and just pull this piece of paper if it doesn't want to cooperate. And we're going to fold it all the way open. So we're going to open this, and we're going to follow, and it'll automatically want to stop because of this fold here at the corners. And then we're going to press down really nice and tight, and that's going to give you one side. What we're going to do is we're going to go to the opposite side, and we're going to do the same thing. Open it up, nice, tight, flat. So right now you've got your two sides, and what we're going to do is we're going to make them just like this. We're going to make them like little shoulders. So we're going to take it, and we're going to open it just a little bit, and we're going to fold it inside itself. So I'll try and angle that to the camera for you guys. So along here, we're going to just fold it inside, and it'll fold in on itself. And we only want to do the top. We don't want to do the other, because it'll end up being the same thing as this, right? So it'll look like a triangle. So we just want to do the one. And then we're going to do the same thing to the other side. So again, tuck this in here, and it'll automatically want to fold, but make sure this one doesn't fold too, and just fold it in on itself. Alright, so you should be opposite each other, so that's going to give you your shoulders, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this, and we're going to do the same thing we did to the other two, and we're going to open it up, and we're going to leave it square, because that's actually going to be where it joins in the center here. So you've got your shoulder, and your little tummy. So once you've got your top, your two shoulders, and your bottom, we're going to make a face. So all you're going to do is fold this little tip just a little ways. You don't want it too far. And into the center there. Just like that. And then we're going to do the same thing to the top. And this one's really thick, so you kind of have to push really hard. And we're going to fold it over just like that. So right now, you should have just these little folds here. Okay. And then we're going to unfold them a little bit. And we're going to take this, and we're going to gently open it up. And all I'm doing is putting my thumb here, so it doesn't go too far. And we're going to fold these down and pull this out at the exact same time. Do you see what I did there? And you don't want them to match. Like, you don't want them to meet up, right? So I did this one really wide, so he's got a big face. This one's a little bit closer together. You can adjust it as you do it. So I'm going to do that again, and I'll try to do it a little bit easier so you guys can see. So I'm going to open this up a little bit, and I tuck my finger here. Open this just a little bit, and then as I do that, it'll automatically want to fold, right? And then this one doesn't want to fold very much, so I'm just going to help it, and then fold down. So this one's very narrow, and you can make this so if you don't like it too close together, you can do it again and fix it. I did this one really wide, obviously. So once you've done that, you've got your top of your ninja, and we're going to set it aside, and we're going to make the legs. So again, I'm going to use this color as my legs, so I'm going to put it down, and we're going to fold it in half on the triangle, right? So again, fold it in half on a triangle, and we're going to make sure our corners match up. And we're going to unfold it, and we're going to go the opposite direction, and we're going to fold it in half. So, like I said earlier, a lot of the steps are going to be identical. It's not till the end when we need to make the little feet and the legs that it gets a little bit different. So once you've got your two angles, we're going to unfold it. And again, you've got that crisscross, so you've got a line here and a line here. And we're going to fold into the center. So I'm taking this corner and I'm folding it into the middle on an angle. And I'm going to do that to all 4 spots. Alright. So once you've done all 4 of those, you should have your 4 flaps, right? And we're going to flip it over. And we're going to do the same thing. So again, it's a little hard to see, but you've got a cross in the middle here, and we're going to fold this into the center line. So I'm just going to do that on the table because it's a lot easier to do. So you should have your first line, and then we're just going to do that to all 4 corners. And make sure they're nice, tight creases. Alright, so once you've done that, you've got your 4 flaps up here. We're going to flip it over and we're going to do it one more time. So we've got our 4 little squares, and we're going to meet this corner into the middle, just like that. And we're going to do that to all 4 corners. There you go. So you've got that 3 times now, so it's really small. We're going to take it, we're going to flip it over. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do just like we did on this half. We're going to make 1 fold. We're going to unfold this, and we're going to fold it up so that it ends up being squared off. And again, we want to go the opposite side. And we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to open that up, and we're going to squish nice and flat. So we have our opposites. And then what we're going to do is what we have to do is actually flip this inside out. So what we're going to do is very carefully take these 2 flaps and very carefully, and it'll be really weird to watch. All I'm going to do is pull and gently pull, and this is going to stay folded, and it flips all the way inside itself, and it looks kind of funny, right? Once you fold it like that, we're going to fold it in half, and it looks kind of like that right now, right? All of the folds we did earlier are already folded here. They're just folded in a different direction. So they always want to fold, and that's why I always say the tighter your fold when you do your pushing down on the folds, the better. Because when you do a fold like that, it actually reverses on itself automatically. So the only thing we have to do now is tell it we want to be nice and tight and flat. So we're going to squish that down, and we're going to do the same thing to this one. Just like that. Okay? And I'm just going to get another, I have one already started. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that exact same step again, but I'm not going to go through the whole thing. So I have my other one I was in the middle of already. So I'm just going to do that again. So I've got my 2 sides, and I'm going to take this and this flap and very carefully let it unfold and unfold. This should all stay the same, and then right upside down, we're just going to flip it, and we're going to fold these 2 together. Right? So there is no center fold here, so you have to tell it you want to fold it into the center, and then press it down. Right? There you go. Now, we're getting close to a ninja. Kind of looks like a ninja, but we need to join the 2 together. So now we've got a body, and we've got a tummy. We need to join the 2 together. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this open flap, and these 2, and we're going to gently tuck them inside. And they're going to be very tight, and because they're paper, you can just kind of squish them in. If they don't want to cooperate, you can fold the corners just a little bit in here, just like this. And then it'll slide in a little easier. And then you want it to be nice and snug. You don't want it to be loose or it'll fall apart. Right? And you just kind of squish it down there. And voila. You now have one piece. If you want them to stay together and you don't want them to fall apart, you can put glue in there when you glue it. Hold it really tight for a while and let it set. And then once you've got it set, you can do whatever you want to these little guys. So the last thing we need is feet. It's funny without feet. So what we're going to do is we're going to make the feet, but we want to pick the size of feet. So you don't want them too big. What you do is take a little piece and fold it up on an angle. That's going to give you the crease you need. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to unfold it. And we're going to actually do what's called a reverse fold. Oh, sorry. I did that to the other direction. So we're going the other direction. My bad. Hang on. And the easiest way to do it is fold this corner up. It's been one of those days, obviously. So we're going to fold this corner up, and you can actually do it so that it matches here. That's fine. That's a good size. You don't want it too big. And we're going to undo it. And then once you do that, we're going to open. I'm going to take the bottom off here just because it's not cooperating. We're going to take that, and open it, and that fold that we just made, we're going to fold it in on itself. Now, I see that it disappeared. But what I'm going to do is gently pull it back into the position I want. Right? Now, to make his toes, because his feet's facing backwards, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to pull just a little bit of that piece that we just folded in half. So you see that here? I'm going to pull it, and I'm going to tuck it so that it actually ends up folding the other direction. And voila, you have a little foot. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side, right? So I'm going to find my feet. I'm going to do that first edge here, and I'm going to pull and fold it in half, or fold it into itself, right? And before I squish it down, I want to maneuver the foot just a little bit, right? So I don't want it too much. And then I'm going to pull this one all the way back out into the little foot. And then you have your two little feet. Alright. So my little body didn't want to stay on, so put him back together, and you now have a little ninja. And if you want, you can draw little eyes, or you can get really small little googly eyes if you have them, and you can put little googly eyes on there, and then you've got little ninjas. And if you build a whole army of them, you can, you know, have little army ninja battles. All sorts of things you can do with them, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on Monday.